What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to break down something with SPY, Tsla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I want to talk about some very important levels to watch for as time goes on, what you should be watching for in terms of news and data. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15. And the offer ends very soon in just about 7 days from now. Anyways, as far as the market's going right now, SPY is looking a bit more bullish on the 4-hour time frame, trying to break our 20 EMA and trying to hold above 595. If that holds, we should be looking for a bullish continuation. Now, for today, just know that, yesterday the market saw a bit of a dip, at least in the morning, only to get bought back up. So far, the bulls have a bigger edge as they are defending. And as we get very close to Christmas, the market remains more bullish. There's also some news that came out that Nordstrom is going to be going private as they have agreed to a buyout deal worth over about $6.25 billion. So that is some big news. Besides that, I'm not seeing anything else that's too crazy on the news. I also want to mention that today is Tuesday, December 24th, so please have a happy Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is Christmas, so the market's going to be closed tomorrow. And for today, we just have one major piece of data, the Richmond Fed manufacturing numbers at 10 o'clock a.m. That could cause a little bit of volatility, so we'll see what that leads to. So just be prepared for that at 10 a.m. for some volatility. And then don't forget the stock market closes at 1 p.m. The New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ specifically, close at 1 p.m. And then the bonds market closes at 2 p.m. So we'll see what that leads to. So just keep that in mind. So with the market closing early, just know this for now, SPY is holding up quite well. If we continue to hold above 595, we're looking for a target of 597.9. And if that breaks, we're going back up into the 600s, trying to fill this imbalance, taking us up to about 606. If we end up losing support at 594.6, we could be dipping back down to 591, and that could actually turn right back down. But this is technically favoring upside because we are above 595, and we're trying to break the highs from Friday. So I would say SPY looks a bit more bullish to me. I think there's a good chance it tries to continue with the pump that it's on, and it's doing a fantastic job. But just to be safe, make sure you watch both the support and resistance levels I called out, because both of them are going to be significant as time goes on. And just know that for now, we are technically at least favoring the upside. Many people are like talking about, is there going to be some kind of SANS rally, this and that? The answer is, I can't promise that. And I think that we should just ignore the notion of a SANS rally and just kind of focus more on what the price action is telling us. Because I think that's what, that's what's king. Price action is going to be the most important thing. And for now, we are technically favoring upside. For others out there, we have ES. So ES has a very similar setup as SPY. But what's a little bit different is the fact that we have this resistance that's being approached at that 6,050 area. We'll be watching to see how that ends up affecting us. So we'll be watching for an attempt to push up to 6,052. If that breaks, we're going to be going back up to about 6,100. If we lose 60.20, however, this is going to be dipping back down. So just make sure you keep those levels in mind. Those are going to be very, very key for the way we end up moving. Okay. But for now, like I said before, we are technically still looking bullish. So this is going to likely test 60.52 this morning. I think that if we break that, we're going to be looking for a bigger push, and we could be looking for 60.80 as the next potential target. So it looks bullish to me. For Nvda, we look a bit more bullish as well. As long as we don't end up losing 138, as long as we're above that and then 136, we do technically favor upside, especially when you look at these different shifts right over here. So we are looking bullish. I want to say this about Nvda. There is known, it's known that there's some chop around this 140 area sometimes, but then eventually we do attempt to break out for like the mid 140s. So as long as 140 holds, we're looking for 142 as a potential target. For Bitcoin, we could be looking for 95,898 as a potential target. If that breaks, we're looking for 98,000. So I do see some more upside potential in this. Let's see if basically very close to 96,000. Let's see if that breaks to start pushing a lot more. NQ, it's looking bullish right now. We're holding above 21,800 very well. As long as that holds, we're looking for 22,000 as our target. If we lose 21,709, we turn back down, but this is technically favoring upside. The QQQ looks more bullish as long as we don't lose 523. If we lose 523, it's going to be dumping to like 520 or below. But as long as we're above that, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to 525. And eventually these higher levels, such as like 527.5. So I see potential in them. For Apple, we look more bullish. We're range bound right here, as long as we don't end up losing 252. This is technically favoring 257. For the IWM Russell 2000, we look more bullish. We could be looking for essentially 224 as our target. Looks quite decent to me. For Coinbase, we look a bit more bullish. We'll have to see if we hold above 273. As long as we're above that, we're looking for essentially 282 as our target as well. So I think there's a good chance that we attempt another push right here into like the 282 area. Amazon is looking decent. Now, I just want to call out the fact that it's been shuffling for the last couple of days. This imbalance could take us up to 226 pretty easily, but we have to try to hold above 225 at the very least to continue this push for 228. So there's a good chance this tries to continue, especially with this green bar right here. So this does look a little bullish, but we have to try to hold above 225.6, our 20 EMA, just for confirmation. For Meta, we have resistance around 606. I called this level out yesterday. We're actually very close to it right now. If this breaks, we're looking for this high rate here to be retested around 610 to 612. And then above that, I think we easily go up to about like 617. So will Meta break the resistances? There's a good chance it's going to try to do that as long as we don't lose like 600 to 602. So look at 602 to 600 is the main support zone. If that fails us, we could be dumping back down to like 590. And as long as we break 606, we're looking for a bigger push. For Microsoft, we're trying to churn right now. As long as we don't end up losing 432, we could be looking for a move back up to like 437. And Google's also looking bullish. We're going to be looking for an attempt to get back up to about 198. If that breaks, we're looking for 200. If we end up losing the support right here at 195, we're looking for a move back down to like 194.1. If that fails us, we start dipping, but there's, it hasn't happened so far. So we're looking for 198 to 200 as our main potential targets, and Google is looking bullish. There's a good chance we're going to try to continue this trend. The VIX also has a double top. If we end up losing 16.59, we're looking for a dip right here back down to where this imbalance happens to be around the 15.23 area. So if that does fail us, this is going to once again favor the upside direction. I think we're doing fine. So that being said, I think that right now the market is looking more bullish. We are favoring upside. SPY looks like it wants to go up to about 598 as long as we're above 595. So, whatever you want to call this, some kind of like SANS rally or whatever, sure, you guys could call it that. I like to just keep the biases aside. So don't worry too much about historical data in a case like this, and just focus on what the price action and the charts end up telling us. So for now, we are favoring upside, but we do have some tough resistance that's coming up. So make sure you watch those levels. And one more thing, just know that we have a very important manufacturing numbers coming out for today. So the Richmond Fed manufacturing numbers could cause more volatility at 10 a.m. So just watch for that. But until then, just don't forget the market's going to be closing early for today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just going to be open for a couple of hours. So that means that I'll be back with another update. Until then, thank you for listening and peace out.